All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video leading up to the 14th episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. This one is called Mother. Alright, so this one is going to be for not this weekend's upcoming episode of Fear, but the weekend after. So we've seen now up to Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 12. This one is going to be for Episode 14, which is called Mother. So we still have to see 13 in between, which is called JD, which is this upcoming weekend, which looks like it's going to be a June episode, and it sounds like we may be seeing John Dory's father in this episode. So that could be kind of a cool one to kind of see. I wouldn't have thought that he would still be alive at this point. I thought he was dead, but at least that's what they're alluding to in the previews and such for episode 13. Now, episode 14 sounds like it could be a really good one for fans of Fear and for people that have been watching Fear for a long time, in that the episode is called Mother, and it does sound like it's going to be an Alicia episode. So the plot says that while held prisoner by Teddy, Alicia reunites with old friends and must confront her past. So people have been calling for a very long time for the return of Madison in Fear the Walking Dead. Now, there's always been the controversy, did she survive what happened at the stadium or didn't she? But in this episode, it sounds like being held prisoner by Teddy and whatever's going to be happening with Alicia, most likely we'll see Madison in her mind's eye, I think. I hope. So that could be really cool if they could have Kim Dickens come back, reprise her role as Madison, even if it's just inside the mind of Alicia, even if she's not actually alive, and it isn't discovered that she is still alive at some point here. Now, we'll have to see in the future if they ever do anything like that. Maybe they won't, but I do think it would be a really special episode for fans of Fear, a really special one for people who enjoy the series and have watched it from the beginning, if we could see Madison come back, even if it's just as a memory, hallucination, or kind of just a motherly voice in Alicia's mind to cope and to deal with what is happening at that time. So I'm definitely looking forward to this episode. I really hope that's what we see. If we do, I think easy enough to say Season 6 of Fear will likely go down as the best season they've ever done. Up until now, Season 3 has kind of been widely regarded as the best season, with 4 and 5's first halves being pretty good, but getting into their second half's not quite as good. Fear Season 6, I think, has broken that mold in that the second half of Season 6 has been, at least so far, just as good as the first half. And if we get to see Madison again in Episode 14, that will just seal the deal, making it, I think, the best season they've ever done of Fear the Walking Dead. Now, there will be 2 episodes after that. It does sound like they were able to get the 16 episodes finished for the season. So that's good to see. That they were able to get a whole season done, even though it's kind of like 2 years to get one season because of the shutdowns and everything like that. But we lose about a year of Walking Dead because of what happened. But at least not more than that, and at least things are getting back going now. And Season 7 of Fear is a go, so we're going to be seeing that. And then we'll have to see if the series gets renewed for Season 8. There have been some questions. We got one here from Ash Williams who said, do you think the ratings going finally, or them getting close to 1 million U.S. viewers per episode and likely dipping under it here at some point, what do we think it means for the show is what Ash is basically asking. He said, it's never been better, yet it only has about 1.03 million from last week's episode in terms of viewership. Well, there's not much we can do. World situation has kind of taken away from Walking Dead quite a bit. We'll have to see how many people are interested in really getting back into it. If it still doesn't increase with the final season of Walking Dead, you pretty much know that maybe you're in a different world after what's happened with TS19 in the real life situation. Maybe the culture has changed so that people are not as interested in seeing this type of genre. Maybe they want more escapism from their regular lives, and they're not maybe so as interested in this type of genre as they used to be before the worldwide COVID deal. So it is true that these are the lowest ratings that Fear's ever had, but likely with most other TV series, same kind of thing. Walking Dead original series as well, lowest that it had kind of in and around that time. What are you going to do? There's not much you can do. But do I think it'll cause the series to be canceled at some point? A lot of people have brought up that they have the Premier AMC Plus, AMC Premier subscription model, which is great, and there are a good number of people who subscribe for that, which is really good to see. Is it enough? They also have the ability to take the seasons they have and sell them to either Netflix for Walking Dead or Hulu or whatever, Amazon Prime Video, I think, also carries Fear, so they can AMC can do the seasons and then shop them out, sell them after to these streaming services for them to play older episodes, reruns and whatnot. So we'll have to see how many seasons it ends up for Fear. But I'm happy they've been able to get season 6 done here like this. And if we see Madison come back, that will just seal the deal. And, with the original Walking Dead television series ending with season 11, if Fear gets a season 8 and then that's the last season, I'll be happy. Even if season 7 ended up being the final season for Fear, I would be happy. But it would be great if they could get a season 8 done, and who knows, maybe even go for 9. But it's totally up in the air, and with the viewership being what it is, maybe season 8 or season 9, something like that. But we may be getting close to kind of the wrap up for Fear here in the next few years. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Barbara Taylor said, "I'm glad to have viewed it as a reaction video for the last episode with Grace and the still and everything, stillborn and everything, because 2 weeks ago, so my grandson was a stillborn. I would have completely lost it watching on my own. So that's one comment about that episode. People said that actually aired coincidentally on Mother's Day, which in true Walking Dead fashion, I remember No Way Out, I think aired was it on Valentine's Day? I believe so. So, No Way Out aired on Valentine's Day, and you had Rick and, oh man, what was her name? Jessie, how could I forget that, right? It's, man, that was cool. So, like the hand cutting off and stuff way back then. And then this episode aired on Mother's Day. Talk about Walking Dead style Mother's Day episode, that's for sure. So, Clammy True Colors has said AMC Plus has over 6 million subscribers. I don't know if that number is still correct or if that's true. That would be a lot of subscribers. If it did, then I don't think they would have ended the original Walking Dead series. So I don't know where you got those numbers from, Clammy, but source them for me if that's really true. I would suspect that it's likely not the case at this point. So he's a bull on it. He thinks that, or she thinks that, Fear can continue for another few years, even if the viewership's only about 1 million per episode. I don't see how they could have 6 million subscribers for AMC Plus if they only get about 1 million views per episode. Maybe that's live. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. But I haven't seen those numbers specifically myself. I wonder if those are up to date. Ronda Collins has said, what if they do an ending where everyone dies for Walking Dead, and that's why Daryl and Carol go off on their own show? It's possible, right? They could do something like that. If it's Walking Dead, I wouldn't be too upset if almost everybody else dies. I'd want some to survive, though. I probably want Maggie to survive. Definitely want Negan to survive. You got the kids and stuff. So I wouldn't want to see everybody die except for Daryl and Carol, like Negan and all the others and Judith. No, I wouldn't want to see that, and I don't think that they would do that. I really don't think so. I just can't see them doing that. If they do, then I'll be like, OMFG. It still wouldn't be as bad as Game of Thrones if they did that, because what Game of Thrones did was so bad because they had, it would be like if Daryl killed Carol. That would be the equivalent, and that would be just like like that'd be the worst ever. I could never see the Walking Dead team doing that. It's not going to happen. Aunt Allen said, I'm the real Trev. All other Trevs are just imitators, so won't the real Trev please stand up? I wasn't going for an Eminem look, guys. I promise. I was looking up some kind of fun theories about Eminem. I saw one theory that Eminem is Tom Green. I thought that was hilarious and quite clearly not true. I don't know where people thought that the two of them looked the same, or like he could play those two different characters at once. It's just I don't know. So some of the theories really are kind of crazy, right? Online popular fan theories. I'm not even a huge fan of Eminem, actually. I like his older stuff, but not really anymore. It's kind of nowadays. It's pretty vicious. Most of the stuff that he does. If you haven't heard it. Shane Ohara said, they're saying Andrew Lincoln is returning as Rick for the last episode of the season. I don't know where you guys hear this stuff from. Where did you hear that Andrew Lincoln is going to return for the final episode? I mean, I hope that's the case. That would be great. But I don't know how you can just say, you kind of talk about it like it's confirmed here, Shane, and it's anything but confirmed that Rick would return for the final episode. I hope he does, but there's no indication yet that I've seen online that he will be, other than the fact that it's it makes sense. So TNV said they honestly can't afford to kill anyone in the Walking Dead TV series before it ends. And I don't know why you're saying that. They can afford to kill off whoever they want because the series is ending. So, they're going to have a Daryl Carol. Those are the only two they can't kill off, really, if they're going to do what they said they were going to do and have a Daryl Carol spinoff. Everybody else is fair game because if these are the final episodes, then, if they're not going to be in the Daryl Carol series or anthology or anything, then everyone else is open season. So I don't know where you're getting off saying that they can't afford to kill anyone. I think it's the opposite. I think they can afford to kill off, even if they killed off everyone. I mean, that would, the series is ending, so it's people wouldn't be happy, but if they did that, but it is possible they could. Holistic Python, we'll have our last one. He said, I think Kirkman got bored of The Walking Dead and wanted to focus on Invincible. Hence, he did a massive time skip and ended the Walking Dead comic book series. Also, zombie genre sort of reached its peak a few years back. I mean, overall. Well, Holistic, here's the thing, right? He's had Invincible. He's probably always wanted to do it, so I'm glad that he's gotten it done here. But I don't think that he really has any say in the matter of the TV series ending or if he has really anything to do with that. As far as the comic books, to be honest with you, I listened to all the interviews. I went through all the podcasts, and everything they said. It actually sounds to me more like it was a Charlie Adler decision because you have to understand, Kirkman would write for the characters and everything, and he had an ending in mind. But it was a lot more work for Charlie Adler to do the art of every page, all the time, every full-time job, just doing the artwork every day. So at some point in time, with how successful the Walking Dead comics have been, it makes sense that he'd want to retire. Kirkman probably could have written The Walking Dead for another 100 issues and it wouldn't have been a big deal because I think it's easy for him to write and stuff. He probably likes it. It's probably not that much work. He could kind of even sort of slough it and probably be all right. But Charlie Adler can't. If he's doing his stuff, if it's not on point, you're going to see it right there. So I think it was more of that for the comics ending. But does it make sense that they'd want to do other stuff with their career at some point? Yeah. You're not going to do the same thing forever all those years when you don't even need to do it at all. Yeah, at some point you're probably going to switch. But Invincible is incredible too, so you got to check that out. And I've heard that we might hear other voices in Invincible from Walking Dead cast and crew, alum, and maybe even I've even seen Andrew Lincoln maybe do a voice for a character in Invincible. I think that'd be great. Maybe we could get some more of the Fear crew. Lenny James did a voice for Invincible. Maybe we could get some of the Fear crew to do some voices for Invincible too. I think that would be awesome. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Leave your comments below if you guys want to see another one of these types of videos again soon. I haven't been making as many of these because we've been doing the live streams and they're a couple of hours long each week. But I kind of want to get back to these a bit as well, to do these throughout the week because it lets us kind of touch base with Walking Dead and just focus on good questions that I pick from you guys and that kind of stuff. So it's good. So let me know what you guys think. Getting to see Madison return, what would that do for you? Even if it's just in the mind's eye of Alicia, how would you feel about it? And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. I'll see you soon.